Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid to late September 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you beautiful people out there. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Leo collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. I know you are. Let's get it going here, my gods. Talk to me about these lovely Leos out there. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. What do we got, my guides? Talk to me about my friends in mid to late September, as we are getting very close to Libra season. What's going on? The year is just pressing forward and flying by, and the deck is being specific, but there we go. This could be a big card of strategy here. And I will say, out of this whole entire oracle deck, this card is one of the most symbolically dense. Like, if you look at all the symbols, the birdcage, the woman, we got the butterfly, we got the cat, we got the chessboard, so much energy packed into this card. So intuitively, I'm already feeling a lot of Leos. There could be something connecting to your vitality and energy, whether it's getting amped up or whether you're having issues with it. But before we really dive into that too much, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. And real quick, for those of you interested, I opened up channel memberships here. So if you want to check that out, the link will be down in the comments pinned. I'm doing a very special reading for channel members for this first month. But enough promo. Let's get into the reading. You know me, I like to just breeze through that part. If you look at this card, once again, I already pointed out all the symbolism here. So there's a lot of intense energy jam-packed up in this card. So you might need to figure out ways to deal with it, whether it's getting energy out or lifting your energy up in one form or another. But a big thing that I link this card with, aside from, you know, the cage and the butterfly, the freeing, liberating type of feeling, which is something you could be craving, is the strategy, the chessboard, specifically the queen that is highlighted on here. So for a portion of you, maybe it's time to plan something out, or maybe someone around you might be strategizing or planning something you may have thought was a mishap or an accident, maybe wasn't when this card is here. But I generally see this when people need to plan something out. Like, don't leave it to chance. If it's important, don't leave it to chance or anything like that. Make sure you set a solid plan in place. So whether it's with work, life, relationships, you need to set some goal marks here. But let's just put that down and get into tarot. I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. So shuffle it up here for Leo, my guides. And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading. It seemed like, energetically at least, we turned a nice corner, because there were a lot of challenges for a few weeks in the Leo readings, but last week's was an unexpected win. So I hope you did collect one. I always say wins come in all different shapes and sizes, whether it's monetary, whether it's work things, personal relationships. Something could still go very right for a lot of you, because energies could still bleed over. Always remember that. So let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get it going. What do we got for the lovely, lovely Leos, please? Thank you. All right, communication, talking, possible news coming in. We got the Page of Cups in position number 1. I like this card. Generally, I mean, we still have a lot of energies to pull. We have a lot of ways to go, but that is a card of action, communicating. Let's get 2 more. Okay, Queen of Cups, a lot of internal energy this week, Leo. So I've been seeing it since that Oracle card, and it's showing up again. Even if you're not feeling it yet, just be forewarned that there could be a lot of intensity internally for a lot of Leos. Already feeling intensity. Let's get you 1 more. Thank you. Queen of Swords, big queen energy. Both of these suits are all about the internal. Oh man, there's some powerful energy here, Leo. So let's go through. I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. Super intrigued by this week's spread. If I look down here at the elements, we have water in 2 places, we have air. All of those are internal. Water is feelings and emotions. Swords are all about thoughts and communication, big communication, So for a lot of you, getting something off your chest, speaking your mind, speaking your piece, not filtering yourself could be very huge. Also, the fact that we have 2 queens. Remember, with the court cards, queens represent the inner world of the respective suit. So there's so much going on here. Let's break it down one by one and build this story out. So it kind of seems like we have a whole family starting to build here. Lots of people with the page, the queen, the other queen. So I'm getting this energetic intensity. But position number 1, the Page of Cups, water sign energy, like I said, might be connected to Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. If not, when we see the Page of Cups, it could represent children, it could represent youth. This one, as with all pages, are students and their messengers. But the Page of Cups in particular is speaking their feelings, getting something out, getting something off their chest. Now, this page could sometimes be a little shy, a little bashful. So maybe there's someone you're connected to that's a little shy to say something, or bashful for one reason or another. We'll see as we explore. But when I get pages, I always think of talks, communicating. So we'll really want to clarify specifically with this one and see what it's about. Okay, because the Page of Cups could really feel something intensely. Maybe they don't know how to put it into words yet for whatever reason. Interesting stuff I'm feeling already. So much internal emotion and internal energy. Position number 2, speaking of the internal, we have the Queen of Cups. Water sign energy once again. Now, what is the difference between the Page and the Queen of Cups? They all speak to very similar things. So in the Cups court cards, they represent creativity, the realm of feeling, love, nurturing, caring. It's usually a very smooth, easy flowing energy. But the one challenge with this Queen of Cups, and I always say it, is that she feels things on such an intense level, but she doesn't always speak it for one reason. So the fact that we have double queens, we got the page, like there's a lot of emotion bubbling up. I'm already feeling it intuitively before we pull cards here. But I like the Queen of Cups, a card of fertility, a card of motherhood, potential. Okay, this could be a very nice individual sometimes, depending. But I always say the thing that you don't want to do with this Queen of Cups energy is to push things down, repress and suppress, because that will always eventually start bubbling up. Moving to the back end, we have the complete opposite side of the coin here. We have the Queen of Swords. Now, yes, all queens represent the realm of the inner, but these are totally different. Whereas this one is emotional, this one is a little more logical. So for some Leos, you might be having a battle between the heart and the mind, what you feel and what you think. Going with your feelings and gut, or going with the logical course of action. Now, the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, once again, you might be connected to one. So think Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And the Queen of Swords is very stern, no nonsense, no BS. And out of all the queens, even though she's internal, this is an energy that will give it to you straight. So big communication cards on the ends. The Queen of Swords is no fluff. This card is no filter. It's just going to tell it. Okay, and now there is a harsh side to this Queen of Swords. In the positive, she could be a planner. So the strategy that we're going back to, she's strategic, she's determined. The Queen of Swords can be very harsh and mean, cold. So this is an energy that you might want to watch out for as you move throughout the week. And I see her sometimes when someone is going through serious things. So whether it's a serious talk of some kind, a serious situation, we'll just have to see what's up. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, Leo. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get you a good shuffle here and reset this deck. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Page of Cups. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Leo, you drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Page of Cups time. What is it doing here? Thank you. Yeah, I'm not mad anymore. That's the oddest type of energy. For some of you, there might be someone that could want to mend a bridge with you, or they think it's a good time to mend a bridge or apologize. There is somebody wanting to apologize here. This is the oddest feeling that I was not expecting right here up front. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. Generally, this is a card of someone who's feeling lonely, somebody feeling isolated. So under a card of communication, when this shows up in reverse, it's somebody coming out of their shell. So for a lot of Leos, there might be somebody that reemerges. There might be somebody that comes out of nowhere. There could be a conversation, a surprising conversation, or one that just pops up. But the initial thing I was feeling intuitively, and I'm just going to keep telling you, it's somebody who either one, you might literally say the line like, you know, I really don't care. I'm not mad anymore. That's not bothering me. It's not affecting me. Like for some reason, those emotions are running through here. The apologies in the mix. So whenever I see apologies, whenever I get that energy, I also think of somebody possibly making a mistake or fessing up to making a mistake. So beware of that, especially, we'll see how it goes as we move through. But there could also be someone playing something light, like playing it off, like, yeah, no big deal. Oh yeah, it's cool, don't worry about it. But we're about to see how they might feel internally as we move forward. So do it that way you will. Five of Pentacles is a very interesting card. Also watch out for your money in this time. Financial things, super interesting. Work things as well. So much energy coming through, Leo. But let's go in on that Queen of Cups. Let's see what this emotion could be about. Why is that Queen of Cups here? Thank you. Yeah, okay, biting the tongue, huh? So we have people in different modes here. The Ace of Wands in reverse. Nope. Yeah, I'm not feeding into it. I'm not going to feed energy into it. I'm not going to feed anger into it. I'm not going to let it affect me anymore. This is someone who's like, I'm not going to think about it. I'm not feeding into it. Whatever it is, this is just the vibe I'm picking up here. So I'm just going to give it to you how I feel it, my friends. Now, the Ace of Wands. All aces are opportunities. This is fire. This is passion. This is burn. This is desire. It could also represent somebody's libido and sex drive. The fact that it's in reverse under this Queen of Cups, it's somebody trying to convince themselves of their feelings in one way or another. Like trying to purposely change their feelings. Like, no, I'm not passionate about this. No, maybe if I keep thinking that, it'll become the truth. This is the oddest energy I'm picking up here. So whether this is one person that's acting funky, maybe it's two people that are acting funky as well. Both are trying to act unaffected in one way. Like, that's just the vibe. Unaffected, it doesn't bother me. Cool, I'm good. We'll really see when we get to that Queen of Swords. But the Ace of Wands in reverse, it is absolutely somebody suppressing. So I still have to give that warning. I warned against her suppressing, pushing things down, down, down. Depending on what shows up with this Queen of Swords, there may be an emotional explosion or an emotional outburst, especially with all this downplaying energy in the front. Let's keep moving over. I don't want to talk in circles here. Let's see what that Queen of Swords has to say, and then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. Interesting to say the least, my friends. If this is an energy, this person's a character, that's for sure. But why is that Queen of Swords in the mix? Before we keep moving forward. Quick, super quick. That card came out on the first shuffle. Yeah, this person's not letting it go. We have the Six of Swords in reverse. They could say what they want. They could act how they want. This could be somebody that is not letting it go. There is somebody who is mad. Okay, they're mad. They're either mad or they're hurting or they're grudging something. Okay, the Six of Swords in reverse, generally a card of moving out of choppy waters into the cool, calm. Notice it's in reverse under this Queen of Swords. She is no games, no BS, strict. I'm not playing around. I'm not messing around. So I'm just getting that energy on the back end. This person could say all this, whether this is a coworker, a family member, whoever. They could say they're fine. They could say everything's cool. It doesn't bother them. It doesn't affect them. There is somebody that they're holding somewhat of a grudge, and there's anger. They're either angry or they're mad or they're upset in their mind, and they can't shake it. That's another thing I'm picking up. There is somebody that can't shake something off their brain. Like they keep thinking about it. Okay. They might be trying to convince themselves otherwise. Leo, this reading is so layered and nuanced. So let's go through and do a quick recap here, because there is communication to be had, but let's work our way through before the shadow card. Position number one, we have the Page of Cups with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I was getting a little apologetic energy, like, yeah, no, don't worry. It doesn't bother me no more. I'm cool. Don't worry about it. You didn't step on my toes. Let's not make a big deal out of it. For another portion of you, it could be an apology where someone actually says, hey, I'm sorry I did that. I'm sorry I treated you that way. It feels apologetic. But another thing I was picking up here is like somebody could come out of nowhere as well. So if you haven't been talking to someone, there could be someone popping up. On the back end, we have the Queen of Cups with the Ace of Wands in reverse. Someone trying to convince themselves that they don't feel a certain way. Like, I'm not feeding into it. I'm not feeding my energy into it. I'm not going to think about it no more. It is what it is. And I'm cutting my energy off from this. Whatever this is, that's just what I'm picking up. Like out of sight, out of mind type of energy. It was also giving me the vibe of emotional suppression. Push it down, push it down, push it down. And it might eventually become an emotional explosion. On the back end, we have the Queen of Swords with the Six of Swords in reverse. That's someone who's not letting something go. So yeah, maybe someone did work through something. Maybe it's you. But this individual on the back end, they're either still upset, holding a grudge, angry, or mad. And that's overwhelmingly how it feels to me on the back end. So do with that what you will. Whether this is a situation that has elapsed or hasn't, you'll know. Like if you're butting heads with someone this coming week, like there's just a lot of interconnectivity and it's very layered type of energy. So please take a screenshot, Leo. I'm going to get you a shadow card. We might be looking at someone's inner workings as well. That's another vibe I'm picking up. But let's see what we have for you, my friends. And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end. I feel like it's a nice introspective thing to do. So let's get it going here for the Leos. What's in the shadows? Whether it's internal, whether it's something you don't quite see, maybe it'll give us a little more insight about what we got going on there. Let's get a shadow card for my Leos. Thank you. Four Cups, the active mind. Somebody is thinking about something big time. For a portion of you with this as a shadow card, maybe you got something that's really on your mind, stuck on your mind. The Four of Cups is someone who is lost in the thoughts, lost in the sauce. You like my accent there? But to me, this card can have positives, especially with all the internal energy we were seeing throughout the whole entire spread. It could represent someone with a lot of ideas. Maybe for a portion of Leos, you might need to let some energy out, get out of your head a little bit and get into action of some kind, whether it's creating. I normally say that when I get so much internal energy that you might need an outlet. You might need to express your energy in one way or another. But the Four of Cups, you see the active mind, you see that chunky orange cat there. It's like thinking. It's layers and layers and layers and layers, just so much internal stuff here. So in this time for you, Leo, it is extra important that if you are caught in your head, to try to release this energy in one way or another. If that's not you, that is someone who absolutely has you on the mind. That's one thing I could say for certain with that. And not a little bit, a lot of it. So we'll just leave that over there, Leo. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. For the September subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 2 lucky winners to win 2 tarot decks completely at random. It will be a winner's choice. So if you want to get the Gilded Tarot, you could go ahead and do that. If you want the Everyday Witches Tarot, that's your choice as well. Any deck under $40 US will be given away. So if you'd like to get your name in for this one, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which zodiac signs you get along best with. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.